So, trade recap of the trade that I took yesterday. Okay, this would be for Wednesday, what was that, the 8th of July. Okay, unfortunately, it was another loss. However, it was a very good trade. Okay, it was a New York continuation model. Lost just over $500, like $508, I think it was. So just over 1% on one of my funded accounts. So, as always, we'll break it down from top to bottom to go through exactly what I was looking at and the reasons behind taking this trade. Okay, now coming into the day, okay, you can see here that we had a pretty range in Asian range, along as a pretty pretty bullish London session as well. Obviously, coming from Frankfurt and then London here. Then we had news here about Trump saying that the deal with Iran was over. Okay, this caused this impulsive move to the downsides, which then provided us with, I thought, some form of clarity in terms of what the buys could then be in terms of London session. Okay, reason being, we caused a hourly change in state of delivery right here. Okay, this one here. Okay, and we had, excuse me, a fair value gap from this 9 a.m. candle that produced the initial move when the news broke with Iran. Okay, so all I was looking to do was wait for price to come into this POI. Okay, so we go down on the lower time frame. I believe I took this on a 3 minutes. Yep, I believe so. 12. Yeah, my entry is, I think, at like 12:15. Yep, just there. Okay, so on the lower time frame now, okay, as we can see here, this was the POI, okay. Price traded up into this POI. We then caused a pretty expansive, well, a pretty big displacement to go short from this POI. Okay, we can see that we tapped exactly into EQ off the swing, so from the London high to the initial low that the news created. Okay, and all I was looking for was just to tap back up to here. Okay, so as you can see, 3 minute entry, we caused our 3 minute change of change of state delivery, and then we also displaced through these fair value gaps here. Okay, obviously not this one just yet, but we closed through this one, which for me said to myself, okay, obviously I want to end up getting into position. It wasn't as clear on the 5 minute. If we just go through here, the 5 minute wasn't the greatest entry. I mean, if you're counting that as the last low, which technically it is, well then the change state delivery is here. However, I preferred the price action on the 3 minute for entry. Okay, so with that being said, swing high, swing low. Okay, all I was waiting for was for price to tap into EQ. I always say this, I always take a trade at basically 40% off the swing, just so I actually get into the trade. Okay, so I entered a position at around here. Okay, and then all I was looking to do was, well, if you target a fixed 2 risk rewards, you would have actually got taken out. So this is a fixed 2 risk reward here, just about. So let's bring it forward here. Hang on, let's go on a high time frames here. Be here all day. So here, okay, we can see that. Oh, maybe it wasn't. So why? Oh, that changed. Okay, I was thinking. Up here, there, ended around 83. Did we even hit a 2 risk rewards? Yes, we did. Okay, so you would have got a 2 or, okay, if you trade just a fixed 2 risk reward. However, I was expecting, due to the POIs or the draws and liquidity that we had available to us, okay, we had basically an untapped Asian low down here as well as previous week low, and at the time we were looking pretty bullish on the XY. So we'll just bring it back from to here. Okay, at this time it looked like we were going to be trading up towards previous week high. We also had, I believe, is this June's high? I think this might be June's high. yeah, we had June's high up here as well as a monthly fair value gap. Okay, so I was expecting price to basically, or DXY to trade up into that PY. Okay, obviously we didn't. Okay, it did end up losing. But however, I still think about a high time frame, it made sense, and there was an entry model there for the trade. Okay, it's just one of them trades where sometimes this doesn't work out. Okay, and you just need to take it. Now, obviously, the markets, as I said yesterday in yesterday's video, that the markets at the moment obviously aren't the nicest. Okay, it is tough out here in these streets. My days, it's been a tough few weeks trading forex pairs, but listen, as I said, this is how I always trade. Okay, I'm not going to swap out to another strategy. It's just time for me to basically analyze these trades that are losing. What could I have been doing better? What could I eliminate or notice for the next trade to avoid a loss? Okay, so that was a trade there. As I said, I lost just over 1% on my funded accounts and on my 50k funded accounts. So yeah, it wasn't all doom and gloom. However, I did actually pass a 50k account, with funding pips again. So I now have another 50k added to my collection. So it wasn't all doom and gloom yesterday. Okay, so as always, thank you very much for watching this video. If you do want to see more trading recap style videos like this, please do subscribe, and also follow me over on Instagram as well. It's Jack's Trades, as I post quite a lot of content over there as well. Okay.